everyone, and welcome to a Valheim tutorial. This is my first one. My name is Captain Paperweight, and today we are going to be building some boar farms. As you can see, I have two versions, one made out of wood, one made out of stone. They are the exact same build though, so there's not much difference in design other than the material being used. As I discussed, the stone is a lot more resilient to weather and attacks, so I do suggest doing the stone one if you can. But the wood one works just as fine. You just have to pay more attention and repair it a little bit more often, that's all. As you can see, it works well. I've got a bunch of boars in this one, and this is the one that I built first, the wood one. My gosh, that's a lot of boars. Now, some additional tips and stuff that I'm going to go over here as well before we actually get to building is first, the one thing is, the first thing is I did not mention in the video for building this at the end, but on the stone one, these guys are sitting on little arches, as you can see. What I would suggest doing is, before you bring them up here, do the little 1x1 wood squares and place those to complete your shelf on the arches right there. And then that way those are easier to remove once you get your boars in place, and that'll make more sense once we get through the rest of the video. So there was that. And then also the other thing too is the quality of boar that you use. So if you have just two regular boars, no star, that's always what you're going to get. If you have one star and one regular boar, it could be either or that will pop out. And then of course, if you've got two 1-stars, you'll always get 1-star boars. Now the only difference between the 1-star boars and the regular boars is how much materials drop. So if you are able to, and you're building this, and you're able to capture some 1-stars, I definitely suggest it, just because I think the ratio is for the regular boars, it's 1 to 2 pieces of meat, and then for the 1-stars, I think it's 2 to 4 pieces of meat. So you have a higher chance. I mean, so you have the same amount of chance, but your rewards can be higher with the 1-star. So that'll also make farming a little bit easier. But as you can see, I mean, this thing's only been running, I'd say, for about an hour or so. This one, because I complete this one first. And I've got probably about 20 boars in here already. So these are going to produce just fine for you. Those are the only two things that I kind of didn't really go over in the video that I did want to make sure were mentioned. And this one's only probably been running about, I'd say, 10 minutes or so, and I've already got like 5 or 6 in there. So as you can see, they work really well. Basically what we're doing, the nice mechanic with the boars is that they always pop out the piggies in the same way. It's from their behind, and that makes it easy to direct the boars so that they give birth over an open space and that piggy falls. And the cool part is the piggies don't actually take any fall damage either, so it works out. And then of course the pigs are far enough away that these pigs don't recognize these pigs as being too close to start breeding again. So these guys will just continuously breed as long as you have food up there. That was saying pig a whole bunch in one sentence, probably the most I ever have. But anywho, so with that being said, let's go ahead and let's get this thing started. I do not have a materials list. I think having a materials list is going to be kind of harder in this game to figure out, but it's definitely going to take several stacks of wood. I'd probably say about 7 or 8 if you're building the wood one, and only about a stack of wood if you're building the stone one. And you will need a workbench, and then also a stone cutter bench if you're building the stone one as well. And that is going to be it. Let's go ahead, let's get into this tutorial, and let's make it happen. Alright, so everyone, let's go ahead and let's get the wood version of this started. What we're going to do first, though, is double check on these boars. I got to make sure the fence is all good. So to tame, super simple, super easy. Basically just build a little pen, like something similar to this. Find some boars, get them to attack you so they follow you inside of the pen area, and then once they get in, just close it off. So have have your hammer ready, and then make sure you have your building material ready, so when they're chasing you, you can just, on the fly, as soon as you're able to, just pop it in. Once you get them set up, you're going to want to throw some food in there. Pretty much it looks like they'll eat any plant or, well, any vegetable or fruit. So you can throw the berries, you can throw mushrooms, carrots, turnips. As long as it grows out of the ground, it seems like they'll eat it. They will eventually tame, and it'll even give you a percentage of how tame they are. And then once they're tame, they will start to breed. And that is what the purpose of this video is. So we're going to show you the wood version first, and then I'll show you the stone version, and we'll kind of go from there. So the wood version, kind of pick where you want your drop area to be, because we're going to be dropping the piggies into an area, and create yourself a little simple 4x4 square with some wood beams. And this is just so you can kind of get your measurements correct. So pick a direction that you want to lead off of this, and you need to go 1, 2, and 3 blocks out, or beams, sorry. Got some old Minecraft terminology stuck in my head. 3 beams out, and this side is a side that you'll stand on to pull your boars into the catch area where they're going to be dropping the babies, and then also where you can stand so you can then feed them. And it'll make more sense once we're done here. Now on the exact opposite side of it, you don't necessarily need to put these down, but I do, just to kind of know how far out. You want to go out about 12 or 13, I believe it's 13, of these 2-meter beams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oops. Oops. Oh, there it was. All right, perfect. So I believe that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, let's do one more. So go out 13. And all this is a distance for you to figure out where to put your stairs. Now we need some vertical beams for supports. So go ahead and do that. I'm actually going to go ahead and extend this out a little bit further as well on this side, just so everything lines up all nice and pretty. The game seems to like to function when a little bit better when everything is even. So there we go. All right. Now go ahead and start your vertical beams. Basically, this part is kind of up to you how you want to support your stairs. But the key thing here that we're doing, excuse me, a little under the weather today. The key thing that we're doing is we're building stairs all the way up to where they meet up to here. And this area right here, you want to put 4 beams, vertical beams, the 2 meters, like so. And then we're actually going to, I use these crisscross beams. And of course it's the Valheim, so it wants to be a pain in the behind. There we go. There we go. And these we are actually going to go up 6 high, like 6. So when I say units of 6 high, I'm referring to the 2-meter beams or the 2x2. Basically, 2-meter is the increments that I equal to 1. So we're going to go up 6, and I think I might be able to get the third one up here without. No, I'll probably have to do that once we are up there. But I would go ahead and get some of this started because that way it makes it a little bit easier once you're up here to attach more stuff to it. So back over here, let's finish up with these stairs. And this will take a hot minute to get done. But once you get them in, everything should be hunky-dory. And I've been putting the beams to support these about every 2. You can do it however you like, just get the stairway up there. And perfect. Boom. Boom. 2. And now these next ones, I am going to go ahead and pre-build them. Well, some of these, simply because once you get up too high, you don't have the distance to reach them from the stairs. So I'm going to build these up as high as I can here. And come on, there we go. Boom. Boom. Didn't make my ground as flat as I thought, apparently. So I have to stand on these beams, but that's okay. And those I'll get from up here. Yeah, see, perfect. And then keep going with your stairs. Can't reach that one yet. I might have to jump down and do something to get those to reach, but that's okay. And speaking of, you probably want to make sure that you're eating. You don't necessarily have to with this one because you're just building stuff, but if you do fall off, you will eventually be high enough that you can kill yourself. I found that out several times while figuring out how to build this. Oh, I'm already out of wood, and I started with several stacks of wood. So let's go grab some wood real quick. Be right back. Alright, so gathered some more wood, then a troll happened, and then nighttime happened, so brand new day. Let's keep going with this. So let's keep going with the stairs. And, okay, good, I can reach that. And that's why you want to build up from the ground a little bit, so that way you can easily reach them from up here. And that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then what we want to do now is back to stairs. Oops, wrong button. And keep going up. Alright, so gosh, how many was that again? But anyways, now that we're right here, let's go ahead and add some of this. So we want to go back to our crisscrossies. 1, 2, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4 sections total, right? 1, 2, 3. Alright. Oh, maybe, is it 5? Let's double check. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 6. So that's where you want to be at. And let's go back to our stairs, finish building this up to there. 1 and 2. Now, right here, you want to finish adding up these. Go ahead and, oops. Perfect. And actually, what we want to do is get rid of that. And we want to go ahead and, or no, we do want that one there. Sorry. And then from here, we are going to build, we need to build the other side up. But first, we need to get a floor here. So what we're going to do, oh, you know what, that's where I messed up, right there. We don't want that last one like so. There we go. We need to change this to, oh no, I fell. To these little tiny square blocks, sorry. So let's get back up here. Do. Alright, so right here, yep, perfect. You just kind of hit the corner just right. Perfect. And then what I actually do is I put, oops, I go ahead and I put a full wall right here, and then that's what the stairs connect to. So I do apologize. So when you're right here, build that up to 5, then add a wall on top for 6. And this is where the boars are going to stand. And then this one, we actually want to get rid of 2. And we will build additional little squares. Put those in. Perfect. And then right here, go ahead and put a beam. So, oh, oops, no, not a beam here. Sorry. Put another wall. All right. So now we have that all set up. This is where the boards are actually going to sit right here on these 2 little squares facing that way. And then once we have them up here, we'll remove these 2 squares right here. So their butts will be hanging in midair, and that's where the babies will come out of. And they'll fall down there. So now we need to build the other side up. The other side, like I said, is merely just so you can initially get the boars into where you want them to be, and then so you can feed them. So what I did is, first we went with some vertical 2-meter blocks right here on this side, and I actually kept those the way they were. And so you'll want to build this up. Now building this up will become a bit of a pain to do potentially, because I think we're just far enough away that building these up a couple, you still won't reach them. So I might have to come back down and do a ladder. But let's go double check that, because I'm pretty positive I'm going to have to build a ladder, add 1 more level to that, and then I'll be able to reach those pylons. Oh yeah, no, I know I won't be able to reach that. Okay, so head on down, switch over to the ladder, not the stairs, and I'd start out, you know, maybe somewhere right about that far out, so you can get a couple of these up. I think you can do about 3 without them falling on you. And then switch back over to your vertical beams. Get those placed. And then that should be high enough for you to reach. But while you're here, go ahead and do this. We're going to do 2 of these vertical beams. 1 right there. 1 right there. And then we're going to add in some... Oh, oops. I did those too low. My apologies. Or, too low. So, put those vertical beams right here and right here. And then, if you can, you should be able... Yep, add a floor. Add a floor. And you know what? I might... Yeah, no. It's not going to let me. So, but we will finish this up right up there. So, let's go ahead and go down. And you can go ahead and destroy this if you want to. Collect all your wood. And we are almost done here, guys. So, we get this. And we can reach those. Perfect. So we want to do 1 right there, 1 right there, 1 right there. That should be even. So let's go ahead and let's go back to those vertical 45s. And place 1 there. Place 1 there. Let's get our flooring. Really? You're going to be complicated. Well, an easy fix for this should be place that there, and now I have something simple. Oops. Flooring, not wall. Yeah, see, boom, perfect. Easy peasy. So now you have those. I also do add the trimmings like so. You don't have to do this part though, but I do. Just give it a little bit cleaner look here if we can. And we are set. So this is basically the gist of it. I'm gonna show you how to get your boars up in here and get all that going. Then the only other part that you're gonna need to do... Oh, I'm running out of food, but that's okay. Is down here is where the babies will fall. So the next thing you'll want to do is build a catch. And what I mean by a catch is really just a pen, so once they fall down, they don't wander off. Now for this, I actually prefer to use stone. And there's a reason why I also make a stone version of this, is because the biggest advantage between the wood and the stone is real simple. Sorry, I was double checking something. Is real simple. The stone isn't affected by weather, and it's more resistant to attack from enemies. And the last thing you want to do is build this thing up, and maybe you're not paying attention. You have to step away, or just an attack happens, right? Like a troll attack or something, and they come and they totally destroy your whole thing. And wood makes it easier to be destroyed. Stone doesn't. But anywho. For your little barrier catch, I would definitely suggest actually using stone. Oh, I need to go grab stone. Hello, stone. I know I had left some lying right around here nearby. And you'll just want to build yourself a simple catch. It doesn't need to be super high. Just high enough to block them from walking out. Now, because I didn't make my ground perfectly level here... Really? I need to go grab... Well, that's okay. I have stone right over here. Easy peasy. And for those of you who watch my streams, you probably don't recognize this area. This is the first world that I started. And I kind of use it as a base of operations for tutorials, and then also I do a lot of my smelting actually in this world, because I just transport my ore over here and then go back to the main world. But anywho, so just build yourself a catch. I would do something about yay big, because you are going to get a fair amount of piggies in here. So I would do something, oops, about this size. And it looks like I might need to move my stone cutting table. That's okay. Let's put this in here. I'm just simply going to raise the ground a little. There we go. Then we're going to go back to this. Yeah. My stone cutter. Can I reach it from here? Because I'm being lazy and don't want to move my stone cutting table. Ah, it'll work. Okay, cool, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. It did work. And like I said, you just want to, oops, build a simple wall for them to not get out of. Now, in some of these areas, because like I said, it's not as level as I wanted it to be, I am going to double up just to make sure that they can't somehow climb out. They don't seem to be able to climb very well, so I don't even think I need to do that. But just because they'll be wandering around, I don't want them to do that. So, but if you level this out correctly, just one block high will keep them in. Let's go grab some more stone. We'll finish off this, and then I'll show you how to move your piggies. Alright, so there you go. Nice and simple catch. Like I said, if you level this correctly, I apparently didn't level it as much as I thought I had. You should only need to do the one block high. They won't climb out. But there should be plenty of space right here, something like this, to keep them all in and keep them going. So now, the fun part. So you have some tame boars. Now I actually need these guys. Oh good, they did reproduce. So I've got 2 piggies, which is perfect because I'll need them for my stone one. And the easy way to do this, what I'm going to do is, oops, go back to your wood. And what I do is I build a little double door system. Super easy. Keeps them from coming out. Apparently I need more wood. Give me one sec. Alright, and that actually worked out. Need to go grab some more wood, and it turned to night, so it's a brand new day. So, like I was saying, real simple. I don't do anything too crazy. I just kind of do a simple double door system, and we just put a door in like so. And then so they'll actually walk over it, put it down there. And then we remove that. And then they will try to walk out, or they should. That door might be too high for them to track out. Well, let's see if we can fix that. That one's too close. Let's get this door like... There we go. And then we'll just remove this one. Now they should be able to track. There we go. Yep, see that guy I think might be heading this way. And so you wait for one to walk out. Shut the door behind him. Really, piggy? Okay. But anyway, you might get 1 or 2 that pop out. They should be easy to catch now. So anywho, next what you need to do is equip your harpoon. You will need a harpoon for this. Harpoons you get from the the leviathans, the floating island things that have what look like barnacles on them. Go mine some of those barnacles. Be careful, be safe, don't fall and die in the ocean or anything. And then once you get that, make your harpoon, and you can then basically have a tether to drag things around. So the key thing here is we're basically, and you notice I'm far away from the stairs, it's so I can get them as straight as possible once I drag them. Now the thing that's kind of unique about these guys is they resist being pulled. Well, I think everything resists being pulled once they're harpooned. But that works to our benefit. Because, as you can see, and then pull them up the stairs, hop over, try to, if you can, guide them to one side, but you will see that, boop, perfect, and then release him, and he'll be there, and he's going to be facing that way and trying to go that way. He doesn't seem to want to turn around in such a small area. So go ahead and equip this. I actually usually put that on so it's easier to see. Remove that block. You now have your first one placed. So now you want to go grab your other one. Now, there he goes. Perfect. So now he's standing where he needs to stand, and he's standing where he needs to stand. So now all we need to do is get food in there. Let's go kill these guys before they cause more chaos. Alright, so I am going to go grab some more food so we can show you how these guys do reproduce and how this all actually functions now that we have everything in place. Oh my gosh, stamina, seriously. So, this is basically it, the structure. This is what it's going to look like. They stand, as you can see, they're standing up here, their butts are facing over this open spot. I'm going to feed them, they'll be happy, they'll breed. And, you know what, let's go up here and let's explain the mechanics of what's actually going on so you guys understand why this works. So, what I found out is that boars in a 4x4 space, which is what they think they're in, is going to reproduce up to 3 times to a maximum of 5 boars. Once there's 5 boars in this space, they'll stop trying to reproduce because there's too many boars in an area. The game will halt the animals from breeding if there isn't enough space for all of the animals to stand. So, the reason why we're doing only 2 and we don't maybe have like 2 over on this side or 2 over here, so you have like 4 total, is that occasionally, it shouldn't happen, but occasionally there is a chance that one of those baby piggies will actually pop out on one of these little square platforms. Now, with this design, that's not a problem. But if you had another set, maybe like over here, so we had 2 boars facing that way, and their butts sticking out this way, and they're pooping babies down here, the second one of those little piggies accidentally hits up here, it's going to stop reproducing. It becomes a problem. You might actually be able to get away with 4, but yeah. So with how this is, even if a baby piggy does actually end up here, when it grows, one of these boars will fall off. So that's why 4 might work. I haven't tried it. I don't really feel like it's necessary. These guys, because the babies are dropping to the ground, which is more than 8 meters away, which I think is what the distance is for them to start producing more. Like distance-wise, they need away from each other to continually reproduce. They will continue to reproduce because once those babies fall, they're out of the distance range, and they're like, oh, we still don't have, there's only 2 of us, let's make more. And so they'll just keep making more and more. So this is more than enough and perfectly fine, and that's why it works. Now the other thing too, before I go grab food, to show you how this is working. The additional thing I would do is after you get this built, especially if you're using wood, build defenses around it. You know, if you want to use more stone, use some stakes to protect it from maybe troll fights, whatever. Is definitely something I would suggest, because like I said, the last thing you want to do is take the time to build this. You know, it's super simple, super easy. It's like, as you can see, it's not hard to build or make. The hardest part can be the boars, and that's just pulling them up there. But once you get them in place, you're set. But you don't want, you know, a troll attack or skeleton attack, or even worse, a drake attack. You know, and I'm assuming once I beat the next boss, we'll probably have the little goblin guy attacks too, I'm sure. You don't want them destroying this, and wood is so easy to destroy that you definitely want to protect it. So I would put some protection around this, some more stone, some stakes, all that stuff. As you can see, I'm already, you know, having to deal with the stupid greylings and dwarfs. My gosh. But that's also because I'm right next to some dark forest in this world. But anywho, so that is basically it. Like I said, I would build some sort of safety measures, dealer's choice, your guys' choice. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to go ahead and I'm going to grab some food. I'm going to show you how to place the food in, and then I'm going to build the stone one off camera, and then I will be back and I'll show you how that looks. And there's only 2 differences in building that you're going to want to do, but I'll show you those. And the stone one is super easy to build too, just like this one. So I will be right back. I'm going to go grab some food and we'll keep going. Alright, and so I now have food, and that worked out perfectly because it was nighttime, and so I restarted the day. Nice, bright, sunshiny day again. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get up here, and you're going to want to make sure that you're facing the boars, and you're going to want to be kind of in the center so they'll both be able to reach it. And about, I want to say about that far, right about here, about 1 block back, and it should hit this wall right here and bounce down in, and they'll be able to reach it. So let's give it a go. Let's see. So it did fall down. He's hungry, happy. They're both happy, so they should start producing now. Perfect. All right, cool. So we've got them fed. They'll start popping out babies. And I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, look at them. Yep, see, look at them. Little happy. Actually, you know what? They might pop one out here relatively quick. Let's wait and see. And there we go. We have a piggy, and he's down in the pen. What was kind of odd is it seemed like he got a little stuck, and I'm not sure on what. May have been that crossbeam. Usually they just hit it and fall down, so I might replace that potentially, but not a big deal. Obviously, you see once it moves, it falls down. And we have a piggy down there, and it didn't even take any damage from the fall, which I think is pretty cool. And piggy is safe. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build the stone one, and I'll show you that one, guys, here in 3, 2, and 1. And voila, just like that, it's done. So, this is the stone version. Now, the reason why I did the stone version, like I said, is because it's more resilient to attack and primarily weather. Now, the stone stairs will only let you build up so high, so there is some wood, but that's okay and totally part of the plan because most things shouldn't be able to hit that wood there, so it's not like they're going to destroy it, and you just have to worry about weather damage, which is easy enough to fix. But the general structure and what they're standing on you know, is primarily stone, and they should be safe. Now, what I have going on here is I actually have them standing on 2 arches, and that seems to work pretty well. Now, you might notice I missed on getting the carrots right in the center, so this one right now actually is not able to reach those carrots. So it's definitely important. You want to make sure that when you toss your food in, you get it in between them so they can both reach it. I'm not too worried about it because this is just an example. I don't really plan on using this one too much. I've got others in the other world, but I will probably occasionally throw some food over here just to keep them going. More meat doesn't hurt. So those are kind of the 2 key things. I used arches instead of the wood. Oh, there we go. You finally reached it. Good. Ding dong, finally connected. So there we go. So those guys are breeding finally. And although, I mean, this is a fair amount of boars and piggies that are in here. Oh, another one just fell. So these guys do produce relatively well and relatively fast. There's actually several boars out walking around right now. The 2 I had left over there were being a pain in the butt. I actually killed one of them, so I had to let some of these guys out so I could, you know, fill that up with boars, and so about 4 of them got out. So add 4 to that in the time frame it took me to build this, which I'd say was probably about 30 minutes or so. And as you can see, it's just making piggies, making boars, working real well. And like I said, it was being a pain in the butt getting them up there, mainly because I had a fire right here and a whole bunch of other stuff going on that I got out of the way. But if you need to build like a little channel like this to help guide them onto the stairs, that's fine, because once you get them onto the stairs, they won't walk off of it. As long as you don't like pull them off with the harpoon like a different direction, as long as you're just going straight, they will stay on those stairs. They won't fall off. Shouldn't be a problem at all. And these guys will start dropping piggies down there. So that is that. That's basically it, guys. Let's go down here and we'll end this with a little bit of footage of piggies falling from the sky. But that is basically going to be it for today's tutorial. Thank you for joining me on my first Valheim tutorial. I have some other videos up there as well. Stamina. The stamina thing's starting to irritate me, and I don't have food, but anyhow, that's why I'm doing this. So definitely check out my other videos. I do have some Minecraft videos, some other Valheim videos. Definitely check them out. Check me out on Twitch as well. I stream Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Mostly Valheim. Occasionally do some other stuff, and I kind of will pop in some other streams occasionally throughout the week. But check me out on there. Give me a follow there, guys. I'm almost close to affiliate. All I need is the followers. I got all the other metrics. The ones that everyone else says is hard to get, I already have those done. Now I have the one that is apparently the easiest, which is followers. So I need followers. Definitely go on there and then add me on YouTube as well. So, anywho, like I said, we are gonna end this with some footage of piggies falling out of the sky. But like I said, that is it for today. And until next time, as always, this is Captain Paperweight.